Lee Hogan here, VIP TV, down at Tyneside Boxing Club at Walled End, which I've never been to before.
First time for everything.
I was going to say it's the start, but it's not. It's the end of Hadrian's Wall, and I think the road have just come down is Hadrian's Wall Road, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I believe.
But you're not a North East kid. You're a Sheffield boy.
I am, mate. Yeah, I'm obviously originally from. Well, born in Doncaster. But when I was very young, I moved to Sheffield. About 3 years old. I've lived there all my life, really, until 2021. How
did a Sheffield boy find his way to the North East?
Well, I wanted to go to university, and it's not something that I'd planned to do originally. But it's when the pandemic come about, I was obviously just sat at my dad's house thinking, I've got no idea how long this is going to be.
Well, hang on then. How old are you first then?
I'm 23.
23. So what would you would have been 17, 18 when pandemic came in? How old were you?
I'm not sure, but I started uni on my 20th birthday, is the day that I got here. So we're talking when I was about 18, 19, I would have started this course that I did to get me out of Sheffield. I didn't really do it for a degree in particular. I was just sat in the pandemic thinking, this could be 5 years. I've got no idea how long this is going to be. And obviously, students and that were still sort of living together. So I don't know. I just sort of thought, well, seems like quite an attractive option right now. Didn't really like being shut off. Do you know what I mean? So that's how it came about.
The course you came up here to do is not the one that you're doing now, though.
No, it's
not.
So
what happened there?
Done 2 years of engineering, because that's the course I did to get here.
Yeah.
So it only made sense for me to enrol on that. And then basically just when it went up a level after first year, I was just lost. I thought I'd started boxing again. When I come to uni, I didn't think I was going to box again.
Right.
I'd had a bit of time off before the pandemic, all the way through, and I thought, I was just coming here to be a normal student. But I tried that for literally 3 weeks, I'd say. I thought, this is rubbish. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to go back to the only thing that I know makes us happy, really. So
punching people.
I went back to, I went back to boxing.
So you boxed at Sheffield. What gym in Sheffield did you box at?
Sheffield Boxing Centre.
Right.
Do you know Glim Roads?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Yeah, Glim Roads, Andy Manning, Sam Sheedy, Matt Mowat, all them guys, they all brought me up in boxing.
So you obviously you stopped because of pandemic.
Yeah.
And then what was it, about 2.5 years then from when you found your way back to here?
I think I had about a 3.5 year gap in. I was training.
Yeah.
I still trained, but I didn't compete for maybe about three and a bit years.
So how do you find your way back into this gym then?
I went to a boxing session at the uni. I met one of Ross's boxers called Jay Martin. I then asked him. He's on the wall. Yeah, he's on the wall over there.
You're on twice, mate.
I'm on there twice. Should be 3 times actually, but they never give me my Northern belt, so I never took a photo with it. Yeah, so I met Jay Martin, and then I just asked him what gym he was going to when he brought me to Tyneside. Before it was this, it used to be in Howden,
right?
In North Tyneside Barbells gym, but yeah, I joined them, and then I actually had my first fight for the club while we were still in the process of moving gyms to here. I was training here for the ABAs because I went straight into the NACs, and in my first bout back, and I was training in this gym, and it was just an empty, dusty shell. And every time you left, you'd be covered in paint.
So, how many fights did your amateur career entail in then? How many did you have
55.
55, and how did you do those 55?
I won 36.
Not bad.
I won about five not national titles, 5 Yorkshire titles.
Yep.
Yorkshire belt. I've won the university championships.
Right. When
I come up here, obviously I won the county in the NACs the first time round, so I'm Tyne and Wear champion.
Mm-hmm.
I've won the Tyne and Wear belt, defended it 3 times. So Yeah, I've done a fair bit, won
and
a fair bit.
Mixed with some of the best kids around as well.
Yeah, I've been to national final. 1 year as a youth, I got to national final. Boxed loads of the best kids. I've boxed a lot of the best kids from this county in particular. Boxed loads of people, mate.
And I've down here to talk to you because on October the 26th, you're out for fight number 4
Yeah.
at the Rainton Arena.
Yeah.
Where we've got a good little card. I think Trav Walters is going to be topping the bill down there. Hopefully, we was hoping it was going to be for the Northern Area title, but it fell through. So he's just going to be, I think, doing a 6 on an 8 rounder on there. But we've got a load of talent, all from the North East region. But it's nice to catch up with you because obviously I've never met you before. Well, I said I never met you before, but I did film you about 2017. You were fighting on a Macaulay Moran show where every couple of years they put a show on together because the young kid took his life when he was only 16. Very talented amateur himself, and you lost to a kid called Niall Moran. But you told me you gained revenge a few.
I did gain revenge in the national semi-final, actually.
It's a better place to gain revenge, isn't it?
Yeah. It was a good performance. Got a good one back, to be fair. Me and Niall are all right though. So yeah.
How would you describe your style then?
I'm come forward and aggressive, really.
My type of fighter then.
Yeah, I'm pretty come forward. I can do a bit on the back foot in the gym, but you know what? I should have probably chose to do it more in the bouts, but I just never did.
No. But you're now in a sport where it's entertaining. You know, that style, I presume, is much more conducive to the pro game. As an amateur.
Yeah, I mean, I think really the difference between me as an amateur and a pro, I'm doing very similar work, but as an amateur, I would probably say I look quite messy sometimes, but I'd beat very good kids while looking, a bit messy. And now I'm getting a bit more. Everything's looking a bit neater, a bit more put together.
I suppose you've got a little bit more time because the pace in the pro game. It's I know it's only one more extra round. At present, it's only one more round from the amateur days, but you do have time to sit down on your shots and think a little bit more about what you're doing, where in the amateur game it's all about work rate, isn't it? And tempo.
I think I've just, because we've been practicing so much on my boxing and just sharpening my skills up, I feel like I'm just looking a lot neater, a lot better.
I like to ask this, but obviously I've never met you before, but you've been, just over a year now as a pro?
I had my first one in December the 9th.
So it's coming up to a year.
Coming up to a year, yeah.
How would you fare against yourself now, as you were as an amateur then?
I'd probably batter myself as an amateur.
Because it is a big difference, isn't it? And I think mentally you change as well, don't you? You know, as soon as you put pen to paper, it's not just a sport that you enjoy. This is your business now.
100%. Even just sparring the longer rounds as well. You know, doing hard rounds with experienced pros.
Who have you been moving around with in preparation for this fight?
Some good. I've sparred Trav this camp. I've sparred Matt McCallum. I've sparred a very good amateur called John Joe Carrigan. He's from Carlisle. Who else? Last camp, I've sparred Cyrus. I've sparred some big lads. I've been sparring Divine from our gym. He's a England boxer. Right. I've had loads of good rounds. I've sparred most of the lads around my weight up here. I've sparred them.
And what weight do you compete at?
154. So obviously
so like
far,
middleweight.
Yeah. So far it's been on the day weighing.
So the day before weighing, would welterweight be too much, or would it be maybe?
Welterweight's probably a bit of a push now. Yeah. I'm not gonna say never. I don't particularly want to do it though.
No. It's the horrible part of boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm quite happy at 154. I'll be massive, really.
I was going to say, because you don't look small.
Yeah. I box, obviously. If it's on the day, we we might do like 158, but as an amateur I did in 71. I had a few bouts at 75. Obviously 154 is like 69ish, so I've not weighed that since about probably, I boxed it when I was 16, so you know, I've matured a lot since then, so it'll be tough.
But you never know how things change, because I was just with Travis yesterday. We were sparring down our way at Ant Crawlers, and there's a few kids down there. There's a lot of good light middleweights down there.
Yeah.
The giants. Some of them are absolute giants. And you're like, how do you make that weight? I mean, they're like 6 foot plus, and they're not skinny. And I'm thinking, you know, they look in great shape, 12 stone plus.
Well, obviously I've sparred a lot of welterweights.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm bigger than all the welterweight kids.
So you, at this moment in time, you're probably in that catch weight between welterweight and light middleweight, and you've got time to go and build into it.
Probably light, middle and middle.
Oh, yeah?
Is where, in the middle there. But I'll make, for a day before weighing, I'd be sound doing 154. It wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. And what's this fight been made at? And do we have an opponent for you? Because
we do. What's his name, Ross?
Oh,
Jordan Grannum.
My favourite, the Brown Eagle.
That's it.
He's ace. He's absolutely brilliant. I've got him here. I think it's going to be his 163rd or 164th fight or something like that.
I was trying to hit on Dan Catlin's sport as well. That's what
Dan from Jennings.
Yeah,
he's
Dan
a good
Catlin,
kid, Dan.
yeah.
I like
Dan.
He won his title on our show against Jack Kilgannon.
They were some heavy rounds, like that was good. Yeah. You're just trading leather.
Well, you've got Jordan Grannum, like you said. He's brilliant. He's got a great jab on him. He's a big unit himself. Very good amateur himself as well.
I heard that.
Yeah, I think he won his first 26 fights as an amateur.
Yeah.
Got to a few finals in the London, Southern area region. And then turned over as a prospect. I think it was his second fight. I think he beat Willie Warburton, who was another amazing journeyman. You know what I mean? Phenomenal kid. Got to 200 pro fights, and I think he beat him, and he come home with about 300 quid. And after everything was paid out, and he just can't afford to do this. He had a little bit of time off, and then someone phoned him up and said, I've got a fight lined up in 10 days' time down here somewhere. He said, I can't go to it, I can't make it. He said, do you wanna do it? He said, me, and I'll put you forward and you can go down there. He said, 10 days. He said, I'm not going to be able to flog any tickets in 10 days. He went, what are you talking about? He said, you're the away fighter. You don't have to sell any tickets. You just turn up and get paid. And he went, you what?
It was like a eureka moment.
Well, it was for him, because I think he had about 48 fights in the next 2 years. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think it was about his 80th fight before he got stopped. And that was only because of lockdown.
He's been stopped three times.
Phenomenal.
Tough man.
Yeah. And like I say, a very good boxer.
Yeah.
Real good test for anyone. In fact, he fought on our show against Owen Anderton, who's a very talented young kid we've got. And
he's just boxed Ted Jackson as well.
Yeah, there's no one that he hasn't boxed.
Yeah, he's boxed everyone, I know.
He's a great test, and perfect for you for your fourth fight. It's maybe if it's your 8, 9, 10 fight, not so good, but he's a great learning fight for you.
Yeah, 100%.
To see where you want to go, and where would you like to go?
I'd like to go as far as I can possibly get. I don't want to just be, stereotypical, sit here, want to be world champion. Obviously, I want to be a world champion. Everyone does. But I know how much effort I'm putting in. So as long as I keep on this path what I'm on now, I'll go as far as I'm meant to go. And I know every time I get in the ring, I give 100% to win. So if I don't win, I weren't supposed to win. Do you know what I mean? I'll do everything I can to get the win. So I'll go as far as I'm supposed to go. I just want to see where it takes me.
Know. It's like you say, it's just, let's do it.
Yeah,
and
let's
if you don't try, you'll never find out, do you?
Exactly.
But I presume you had, like as you were saying before, as an amateur, you were fighting some of the best kids in the country, regular, every weekend.
Yeah.
You're fighting someone who's, a good level, and a few of them are pro now, I presume. So it gives you a good idea that, hang on, well, if he's doing all right, why can't I?
Oh, there's loads of lads that I boxed in my, well, I had 2 senior seasons up here. There's loads of lads who've turned over now that are, you know, racking them up, and some doing well. Sparred Joel Bartel this camp.
Yeah.
He was one of them that I boxed in the NACs and stuff. So yeah, there's loads of lads about that are, you know, that are my opponents that are really doing well now. So it's good to see. Yeah,
well, listen, it's good to have you on the show, and we'll find out how good you are on the 26th of October.
Definitely.
At Rainton Arena, where we've got, like I say, a great card, and be nice to see you. And will someone be talking to you afterwards and be saying win number 4?
Well, somewhat, sorry?
Well, we have 2 usual people, we have someone around there to interview you. So will they be saying win number 4 to you?
Oh, 100% they will, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Leon, you take care. I'll see you on the 26th.
Thanks very much.
Bye, mate.
Thank you.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.